Rightio guys, we're back doing tiny engine things. Josh is finally back out here.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah. So he's ordered a tap but it hasn't got here yet. So we were debating whether to just use the BSB tap and just let the threads sort of just bind up and seal that way, but we're just going to think about that for a little while. Probably would still be better to get an MPT tap and just wait. The other option is to buy a BSB fitting.
Yes, so
either or. We'll figure that out today. Anyway, started laying out all of our head stuff. So Josh found the missing valve spring. So we have a full set of valve springs here now. So basically, we'll get all this in the head, get the cam sat in there, and we'll start figuring out the shim situation and order the right shims we're going to need to get everything Spotty Dog, Mickey Mouse. So after we get that sorted, the next thing is going to be to CC a chamber, and we'll also try and CC just a piston as well to try and figure out what we're going to be working with as far as compression goes, so we can try and decide what size head gasket to order. So basically, once we work that out, order a head gasket and get a tap. Pretty much ready to get this head on the engine.
Ready to get it good, and then
we're really smacking along with it, mate.
Yeah, get pretty close, man.
Ooh.
Gotta make power things, man.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Alright, so gotta try and see if our big ass valve spring compressor can deal with these tiny retainers. Oh, it's gonna be fun. Looking forward to it. Righto, so I already cooked it, already did some valve stem seals in. Anyway, pain in the ass. But that's alright, it won't stop us from actually getting this thing together and still measuring the shims up so that we can order them. And I'm just going to have to order a new set of valve stem seals and redo those when we pull the head back apart. So that's going to suck, but it is what it is. That's what happens trying to do it with an arm that doesn't really work and I can't really feel things. So it is a problem. I actually did it on the last 2J head that I did as well. So I have to start figuring something else out for getting those on without wrecking them all the time. But anyway, we'll get the springs and stuff together and we'll start having a look at these shims. So we'll still try and work on having everything together here that we need for next time, including a head gasket to get them together. Just means I'll have to fucking re-disassemble a head. But hey, you get that on the big jobs. So because trying to get the locks in these retainers is an absolute prick, it just takes a long time. It just does. It's a hard job. It's not easy when you tiny little things with your little fingers with arms that don't feel properly. So instead of completely assembling this head, only to have to disassemble it to replace the valve stem seals when they get here, we're going to try and do the shim measurement without it assembled, which isn't a big deal. At the end of the day, the bucket sits on the valve tip. So as long as there's something in the chamber to hold the valve shut, it's just a matter of ensuring the valve is completely shut. And then we can just sit the bucket straight onto the valve tip with the cam in there and check it that way. It's just going to save us heaps of wasted time of assembling this head now. I need to try and disassemble it later to then replace the valve stem seals and reassemble it because it takes a long ass time. So let's do that. Righto guys, so I've just measured up all of the buckets. Well, not all of them, but I've measured up a whole heap of them. And they do all appear to be the exact same bucket, which is awesome, so that's a good start. So I'm not super worried about where these buckets are in relation to everything else. So we'll get them measured up so that we'll organise for valve stem seals, we'll organise for shims, and we'll organise for a head gasket. And hopefully next time Josh comes out, we've got all of that, and he's going to organise a timing set as well. So that hopefully next time it's, you know, assemble the head, get the head on the engine, actually start making some serious progress with this thing. Long progress, but that's what it was all about. Obviously we're doing this for Josh because we like Josh. He's a good kid. We're happy to help him out. He's keen as and eager to learn. So it's sort of been a after hours, spare time sort of build. Problem is that lately, obviously, we seem to have less and less and less spare time. Like at the moment, Sunday, we're doing this on Sunday to help Josh out. But as you can see, we do have 11 T engines to build for other people that are all sort of overdue, waiting for their engines. So I would really like to try and get this sort of done. You know, we really enjoy helping Josh out. That's not a problem, but I sort of want this thing done and out of here so that he can take it to the next step and get it in the car, and we can start actually catching up on all these 11 T other engines we've got to do. So just trying to minimize waste of time as much as possible. So, which is hard because when Josh comes out, we yap and yap and yap and yap and yap. So, but anyway, it's good. I like it. Righto guys, so I've just chucked the lifters, like the buckets in the lifter bores. I've started measuring up our shims, hoping that there would be maybe 2 consistent sizes or something, one for intake, one for exhaust, but they're all very different sizes. So obviously it had just been shimmed. People had replaced the shims at some point to make it work, which means we've got a whole heap of different size shims. So rather than just chuck shims in the buckets for the sake of having shims in there and essentially doing a trial and error, we're going to whack the cam back in We're going to whack the cam in, I should say.
This bloke.
Going to chuck him straight in. We're going to measure the clearance just to the bucket, top of the bucket. That way we should be able to work backwards from that measurement with our clearance that we're going to need to be within spec, which will give us a size of a shim that we need. And then we can basically just start measuring up shims, see if we've got the ones we need for the size we need to achieve, and figure out what we've got here and what we're going to need. So do you have the other shims?
At home, I think.
Oh no. Oh.
I don't mind buying a whole new set if we need to, because I'm pretty sure they're like 50 cents each.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, we'll have a look anyway. That's the best course of action. So it's going to be a timely exercise, but it is what it is, so we'll whack that cam in and get going. Righto, change of plan, guys. So because the distance from the lobe to the top of the bucket really is too big of a distance to accurately measure with some feeler gauges, and because of the shape of the bucket, it's really hard to get them in there. So what we decided to do is use a constant shim. So I've chosen the thinnest one, the smallest shim that I could find out of the lot. We're going to use that as basically a measurement shim, a constant shim. So we've got a measurement there. Use this shim to measure the distances, and use that measurement to work back to figure out what shim each bucket actually needs. So we'll do it that way. Same principle, it's just we've got to put one of these in here, so it makes it a bit easier for us to measure accurately. Righto, so we've got Josh on the tools to finish off the measurement, or the measuring of the shims, or the clearances I should say. But anyway, I'm actually glad that this worked out to be this way. So I used to build in LSs and stuff, and even RBs, the way you have hydraulic lifters for the most part. So if I had put this together and not cooked the valve stem seals and actually assembled the head, this process would have been a lot harder. The way that we've ended up actually doing this now is definitely the best way that we could have done it, and I would have not thought of it because of, yeah, anyway. Basically, I'm just glad that it ended up being this way. It's made it quite easy for us to determine this. So we're going through, we're getting all our measurements with this constant shim. We'll work all that out, measure those, figure which ones are going to work, and figure out which ones we have to order. And we'll make sure those are here with the head gasket and everything else for next time. So Joshy's getting it done now, learning all the time.
It's coming along pretty well, so wind him up. Just wiggle his way in there, make him feel all good. That one's a bit, oh fuck.
Oop, oop.
Oh man.
Have you turned the cam lobe up?
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, that's what it is, it's on the cam lobe.
You turn this fucker, you can go this way, mate. Yeah, that's what I reckon of you.
You can turn around.
You can go more.
Turn him around, turn him about.
Yeah, there's Gucci. Oh, there you go, look at that.
Ooh. So another thing we've actually realised that we have found some markings on these cams. So we've got a 410B, 410B-112. So we are going to do similar to what I did with the SR20 and the Pulsar. Once we actually get the head on the engine and have the timing gear on it, we can actually determine the exact specs of the cams. So hopefully with the specs and that number, we can actually properly identify exactly what these cams are and where they came from. So Josh has actually been working hard on the actual car. He got another engine back for a dummy engine. He's got his new gearbox sort of mounted up. Like, he's had to do a fair bit, notch the chassis out to make clearance for his new big gearbox, and a custom gearbox cross member is on the way and everything. So if you want to see more of that, head to Josh's channel, Parker's Garage. He is documenting all of that part of the build on his channel. You get to see this clown try and make stuff work, but I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, like, I'm not going to say I'm a fabricator or anything, but I mean, it's all about having a go. You have the right tools and a good mentality, you can make anything happen. So that's basically what it is with this build anyway. You make sure that do the right things and talk to the right people, you can do whatever you want, and then go out and hose some V8s. How profound. How profound. Right, a bit of a challenging shape to actually see on our stand, but we're looking at around a 38.8 cc's. We've got that bubble we can't quite get rid of, but also right at the end that we lost a little bit of fluid, so I'm calling it basically even. That bubble's getting bigger, so we're obviously leaking somewhere. But anyway, that's alright. It's close enough for us to work out what we need to work out, so now we're going to try and do this on a piston. See what the piston dish is, which is also going to be quite a challenge. But anyway, so I need to modify this slide as well to make this hole bigger. It's a lot easier, we can get the head flatter, but trying to work it out with this head, yeah, it's been a pain. Anyway, we got that. Get some more measurements. Alright, so didn't really work. There's not enough dish to really get the fluid in there with the slide. Just going off what we lost and what's left, I'm going to call it probably 8 to 9 cc's. Again, probably what we're doing here is probably way overthinking it. It's going to be E85, it's going to be boost. With the dish pistons and stuff, I don't think we could probably choose a head gasket that's going to make this thing too high compression for what we're going to do, sort of thing. So, but anyway, we'll still use it to get a better idea. So we'll call it 8 to 9 cc's. We'll call it 8.5. That'll be good enough. 8.5 cc's. We'll call that good, eh?
8.5 cc.
I mean, I could probably actually do a measurement of these valve reliefs and actually work it out. But anyway, it's all right.
No time,
You just move that. All right. So we'll use that. Righto, guys. So the piston on the deck is 13 thou. So basically, with the 77mm stroke, 81.5mm bore, our 38.5mm cc's and our 8.5mm cc's of dish with our 13 thou deck clearance with a 50 thou head gasket would get us nearly bang on 9.5 to 1 compression. So basically, I'd say we wouldn't want to go any more than 50 thou. I reckon 9.5 to 1 for E85 for what we want to do.
Right, sweet.
Is probably about right. Yeah, so
and that'd be sweet for the 98 as well, because we're going to flex fuel.
You want to go flex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously 98 is going to be a lot less boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
A lot less boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd still be happy to run 98 on fucking heaps of boost and 9.5 or 1.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Okay.
So you should take heaps of timing on E and pretty much love life. Rev to the moon.
It's a 4A, so love life anyway.
So yeah, basically anywhere from 40 to 50 thou for a head gasket, I think will be G.
I'll start with the month then.
Yee-ha, boys. We're getting there. So anyway, we'll sort out some frickin' valve stem seals that I don't bloody break. Get a head gasket ordered. And what was the other thing? I mean, I've said it about 5 times in this video.
The tap for the head drain.
Tap, yeah, get the tap sorted. Yeah. The tap, head gasket, valve stem seals.
Yeah. Tap for Wednesday.
Timing set, oil pump, and we'll have this thing hopefully going together. So, righto, boys and girls, you're literally going to be able to watch us age in this video because of how long it's been between clips. But got this strange bloke out here again.
What's going on, guys?
You should probably put that seal in the pump before you put the pump on. That's what I would do. That's what I'll be doing. That's just my 2 cents though. But as you can see, we're back here working on the 4A. We've finally got the 4AGE+T. We got it together, we got valve springs and everything in. I'm just tapping this hole for our head drain. We've got our fitting here, but we just need to try and tap it out a bit bigger. So I'm just trying to keep going with the tap a little bit while Josh has got started on the brand new oil pump. So we've Loctited the bolts for the back of the oil pump for the gears and everything, and Josh's got a whole bag of fasteners that he got from the fastener shop. Yeah. And yeah, so it's all fresh fasteners, which you probably gonna have to take off now to put that front seal in. Yeah. Yes, silly ass.
In the joy, I will.
So we'll try and get this sorted as best we can. He's got new shims. Like, he's basically got everything here to finish the engine off. It's just a matter of obviously time. Always time, because we always spend more than 50% of the time just gas bagging.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if Josh's ass ever gets jealous of what comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, it does sometimes. It does sometimes.
And then, because we don't work that many weekends anymore, when we are here on a Saturday, everyone seems to take full advantage and just sort of, everyone that needs to do stuff on a weekend will get stuff here. So we've had like lots of visitors already this morning, which is just eating up heaps of time. So yeah, just seems very inefficient, but it's what we're working with, it's what we've got to do. So Josh got turned up an oil restrictor for the block, for the oil feed, so you know, once this is finished, once I finish tapping this hole, basically we give this head a clean out, it can go on the engine. Yeah. Which is, you know, going to be a big step forward. I got a multi steel head gasket, which I've got lying around here somewhere. We changed over the valve stem seals, which was literally probably 6 months ago, but it's probably on the previous clip to the one I'm filming right now. Was last time I tried to put valve stem seals in the head, I cooked them. So we've got some freshies. And we've got spares, but we didn't need any spares because they all went on, so happy days. But yeah, we're trying to get this thing sorted so that, you know, it actually does get built, because it's been here for a while now. At this stage, tucked over in the corner there, it's a little baby engine.
Yeah, just hiding away.
Hiding away. Stick this in a motorbike, mate.
Yeah, 100%.
So Josh just pulled this pump off to do this front main seal, and I have noticed that this oil pump is much exactly like a JZ or an RB, where in front of the main seal there is a drain. Well, just behind the main seal, that's the little hole there. So as you can see that, Josh, that little hole there? So that's actually a drain for oil that will pool up behind the main seal. So I'd say much like an RB or a JZ, you've got to be careful with how much you actually tap the main seal in, because if you tap the main seal in too far and it covers the hole that's the drain for the oil, basically oil will build up behind the seal and eventually just pop the main seal. So that's something you do have to be careful of with RBs and JZ. So yeah, usually what I do with them is just knock the front seal just until it's flush with the pump cover.
Okay, yeah.
And just don't put it any further in. That's normally what I do, and it's normally okay, but obviously I've never done one of these, so we'll just have to have a look.
See, I mean, it looks...
Do a little bit of a tap-taparoo.
Yeah, it looks alright. I'll give it a... Do you reckon just tap it with this?
Yeah, usually I'll get a bit of wood. Alrighty guys, so today's efforts have been cut short again, because we don't have any dowels for the heads. So we don't actually have the dowels for these two head bolt holes. And the studs, there is a bit of movement in the holes in their head. It's a bit more than we'd really like to just sort of slap it together. So sort of need them dowels. Not sure where they ended up. Hopefully Josh has got them at home, but we can't find them here. But anyway, at least the head's now tapped, assembled and cleaned. It's ready to go. So the head's good. Got the oil pump on. We just put the oil restrictor in the feed. Just knock that in there. So it's all done, which means basically just a final wipe down of both. We've got a Hermetic multi-layer steel head gasket there, so final wipe down of both. On she goes with the studs. That's heads, cams on, shims and buckets. You know, it's getting pretty damn close. So yeah, not far. Just a shame we don't actually have the dowels. Not sure where they are, but without them we can't really get it together.
I'll go home and search for them like frantic now. I'll probably find them too. But yeah, nevertheless, at least there's heaps of progress there. It was good to finally get the cylinder head done, because that was a challenge and a half. There was many words of cursing, and but luckily it's together now. Which
it's together. So yeah, just gotta whack it all on there now, and then time it, and yeah,
and then off we go.
Yippity yippity doo.
I still need to try and figure out more about these cams. It frustrates me. It very frustrates me. But
and it's just like a GZE oil pump, isn't it?
It's a silver top oil pump.
Silver top oil pump.
Yep. So it's one of the better ones. So the first gen ones had like real square cut gears, and they were prone to shattering. Although me personally, I've never had issues, and I used to sit my car for the limiter, something chronic on the standard motor. It caught more abuse than it probably should have, and it's still living. It's been 3 years since it's actually been pulled out of the car. It's still going to this day. So really, I don't really see the need, but considering we are pumping a fair bit more horsepower, these have thicker gears as well, so it'll pump more volume, thus the need for the restrictor and the external head drain. So we'll do our best to keep this thing alive oiling wise, and yeah, we'll leave the rest up to Boost and to me 85. But yeah, for now it's really good to see some progress. I might actually slap that sump on the bottom, because I realised I don't have an oil pick up here either, so fuck.
Make a list.
Yep.
Big old list. Alright, some silly idiot forgot his camera. We went for a ride yesterday and used it and left it at home. But Josh is back out here. It's Sunday. He's racking up a pretty big bill for overtime hours working on this thing. But
with Chrissy pay too.
It should hopefully be the last day. As you can see, head's going on. Not bad. And yeah, after 3 years, this cute little baby engine
Finally make some fucking steam.
yeah, it's finally going together. Josh will be able to just pick it up, chuck it over his shoulder,
Put it in your car.
walk it over and chuck it in the car.
Yeah, and then quickly, hopefully, if all goes well, if you guys watch the channel, it should be in the car hopefully this afternoon, or if not later, because I've still got to save up a little bit of money and finish buying my clutch. And then once that's all good, we'll fucking make some steam and create some creams. Yeah, we'll run with that, yeah.
Make some steam and create cream balls.
I'll be the judge of that.
You'll be the judge of that, you reckon? Yeah. So Josh remembered to bring some head dowels, so
Yeah,
it's finally
now we can
going
build
together.
it.
Yeah, so
Be sick.
won't have a sump or anything on it. Josh ordered a new pickup,
Yeah.
so basically it'll be heads on, cams on, time it, and that's basically going to be it. And then wrap it up,
And
we'll
then-
take it home, finish it off from there, and
And then you'll see Max helping
this guy wiring fuel pumps and stuff to the ECU because I'll create the loom. I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Tune.
So yeah, and the tune, yes,
Tune.
and the tune. So the key is what we're going to do, as me and Max were talking about last time. I'm actually going to do the 98 tune on about 14-15 pound. We'll see how it likes it on the day, and then Max will do the E85, and I'll sit in and just learn some stuff. Just because I feel like, you know, while my mind's still like, you know, you have like a wrinkled brain when you start, and then it slowly just, you know, it smooths out. You get smooth brain. I'm still half wrinkled, so he's got to help grow this fella and smooth him out a bit. Sort of like your Roger when your bell end stiffens.
3-year engine build, 4-day tune, I reckon.
Yeah.
Alright, so when we checked them on the head, we pulled out all of the shims from both heads, I believe. I measured and recorded all of them so that we could, you know, figure out what shims needed to go where and allocate them. And we ended up having to buy a couple of shims, which Josh has, don't you?
No, actually, I don't.
Yeah.
Just playing with you.
So yeah, I've got recorded what shims need to go where. Plus, I think there's about 5 new ones that we couldn't get out of all the other shims we had. So now we're just starting to clean up and put them in where they need to go. And then hopefully it'll just be cams in and they should shim up mint. We should be good to go.
For you guys that don't know this, because Precision Shims Australia.
Because all those valves were numbered and you put them all in the right spot, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So yeah, we should be right. Should be good. We'll find out anyway. If not, and the valves have been moved around in the whole process of machining and everything else, this may end up being a very long day. Look how cute it is. It's so small. Alright, so we're all on and timed and everything else. Josh doesn't have the backing plate, he's got to put that on when he gets back, so we haven't bothered to Loctite the cam gears or anything because they're all going to have to come back off. Timing's going to have to come back off. Josh will have to re-time it at home. Silly bastard. Anyway, we got it together. I checked all the shims, they've all come up a fair bit tighter than we would have liked. Not sure why, don't know what the go is there. Probably just, I suppose, maybe the difference in having the head torqued down versus having it sat on the table may have changed things just a little bit. But there is clearance there, so there is clearance in all of them, just not as much as I would have liked. I would have liked it on the high end of the tolerances, but it's a lot of work and a lot of pain in the ass to go through and re-shim it at this point, and we won't have the correct shims because all the shims have got a bigger, not smaller. So just means that may need to be shimmed again fairly early after it's running, but that's all right. At least we've got records of what shims are where, which means that after it has a bit of run-in, we can measure with feeler gauges the clearances for all of them, and we'll know based on what shims are already in there which shims each one will need. So it won't be that big of a deal, but I'm happy to just run it for now and see how it goes. But yeehaw. Us.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's pretty much a wrap. So yeah, we'll probably check them shims after 1,000 Ks or so and just see what they're at. And if they're really tight at that point, we'll look at changing them. Or if they haven't tightened up much, we'll leave them till we need to. But that is pretty much the 4AGE here at home, or here at the shed. The rest of it Josh will do at home.
Yep.
It's got a few things to clean up. Still got to put backing plate on for the timing and front timing covers, and there's all sorts of crap. All sorts of stuff that still has to go on sump, pick up. Still got to plug that oil gallery. So
Yeah. I think
putting all this on camera to cover my ass.
Yeah. No, none of this comes back on anymore.
But yeah, heads on, bottom end's built. We're timed, so has to get re-timed obviously, but it's definitely leaving here timed correctly, that's for sure. Yeah. Anyway, we'll wrap it up in some Glad wrap and chuck it in the boot of the Dirty Falcon. And
Oh, back seat. It's going to go on the back
Oh,
seat.
back
Yeah,
seat.
You've got to strap it in, you know.
Strap it on, yeah.
It's like my child.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Rappity doo-dahs.
A good child, that's a wrap. Put a 4-foot fuck in it, it's done. No.